Hey bro,
Remus.
has your hackneyed highness got a moment?
For you, of course.
Well, we've been getting on better.
If you don't count the small matter of you filling up my coffee mug with mud.
Yeah, mud.
Before I think too much on that, you were saying?
Well, we've been getting on better lately, and so's everyone. Even you and Janus are on sort of speaking terms, and that's good, I guess. But it's boring. So finger-licking boring. So I figure, how do you fancy being arch-nemesis once a week?
Excuse me?
Well, Patton should be my opposition and opposite, but he's terrible at it. He's baking me cookies, for crying and bleeding out loud. It's impossible to butt heads with the butthead. And he still doesn't like anything I do, but he's gone and got a whole bunch more tolerant over it. So there's no chance of him swearing or shouting or throwing things at my head or walloping me with a staff or stabbing me with a sword or putting my hand in the garbage disposal.
How awfully unkind of him not to threaten you with bodily harm.
I know! It's exasperating how nice he is. So I figure I need an arch nemesis. Someone that I can grate against, because that would be great. I like that we can be in the same room together now, and that we can play insult chicken bit with weapons as well, and we can collaborate on ideas. So I figure a better way to work around this is once a week we could have official sibling disagreement day. And we could have optional weapons, and we could try to wreck up each other's day or each other, and it would be great and brutal and messy and fun.
I'm sorry, Remus, but I do not have a day a week free. I've too much to do.
Half a day? Once a fortnight? Once a month? Half a day once a month?
Let me check with Logan and see if I cannot rearrange my timetable.
Yeah! If anyone can figure out a way to schedule it into a timetable, Deep Blue can. Logan, my favourite diligent dork.
Your Grace.
Oh, aren't we feeling all fancy and formal with the nicknames?
Your Grace is an accurate term of address for a duke.
Yeah, but it's not really fitting for me, is it? Oh, you could call me Disgrace instead.
If you would prefer.
I would.
Your Disgrace. Roman has consulted with me about your request for some form of routine rivalry.
And?
It is not practical to have a full day dedicated to battling. Not only will it delay Roman's schedule considerably, but given the exuberant nature of your past conflicts, it is likely to cause distraction to anyone else nearby. The recovery time afterwards also bears mentioning.
Well, fuck.
However, Roman has come up with an alternative idea, something that should hopefully appease your need for conflict and opposition, whilst allowing both you and your brother to hone your skills in creativity. It should also not cause too much damage to the surrounding environment. I propose that we do a test run of the new idea.
Ooh, what is it? Is it a fight to the death using only weapons you'd find in a primary school? Or who can make the biggest crater in the bathroom using only household chemicals? Or who can eat the most light bulbs?
Roman has drawn up a plan for a grand creativity competition between the two of you.
Yeah, well, that sounds good too.
Check. Check. Welcome to the first ever creativity competition of the Mindscape.
I wanted to call it Competition of Creativity Things, because you see, the letters spell out
at him. I shall be providing commentary to allow our two contestants to focus on their work. Roman and Remus, are you ready?
Ready and regal.
Fuck yeah!
Then I shall draw the item that they are to create randomly from this hat. My thank you to all that have contributed ideas and suggestions. There are a great variety here. I do not see why we have to use my hat. Roman declared it tradition. The challenge is to create something out of clay. There will be an additional 3 judging criteria on which the creations will be marked against. 2 will be known from the start, and 1 will be kept secret until the final whistle blows. Janus, if you would take care of that one for me. The 2 judging criteria that are known are most colourful and the most improvised piece of equipment used to create. And of course the secret one that Janus is taking care of. A point will be awarded for the creation that best fits each of the judging criteria, and the most points out of 3 wins. Ready, set, create. And Remus has already moved to a section of the floor and conjured a large mound of clay. In contrast, Roman has got a smaller mound of clay which he has added holographic glitter to, and a potter's wheel. Remus is grabbing handfuls of the clay and stacking it upon each other in a random fashion. It is a very abstract piece to begin with. Janus, any ideas what Remus could possibly be making? It is clearly an animal of some sort. Almost definitely a squirrel. Yeah, if it had been hit by a truck repeatedly. You've got no idea, do you? That Remus might choose to recreate roadkill is not entirely improbable. Roman is continuing to use his potter's wheel and shape something smooth with steady hands. In contrast, Remus has begun to cure his sculpture with a flamethrower. He is now attempting to distract Roman with the said flamethrower. He is claiming it is friendly fire. Virgil, on the other hand, has begun gathering buckets of sand and every available fire extinguisher. Now he is arguing with Janus because some of the fire extinguishers might be filled with fire accelerant, as Remus has replaced some of the fire extinguisher contents with fire accelerant. I am not lying about this. Remus did tamper with some of the fire extinguishers. After retaliating against his brother by throwing handfuls of glittery clay, Roman has appeared to finish his creation. It seems to be a vase. It has been partially cured by the flamethrower, but Roman seems that he would like to finish off the curing process in our oven. That is strange. Our oven does not reach nearly high enough temperatures to cure clay and... Oh. Roman has added some extra buttons to our oven, including one that says Super Kiln Setting. I will have to remind him to remove that afterwards. Remus, meanwhile, has returned to his sculpture and is trying to cure it with the flamethrower. It does not seem to be working as the flamethrower is running out of fuel. Remus is now attempting to fill up his flamethrower with one of the contents of the fire extinguishers. It would appear that some of our fire extinguishers are indeed filled with fire accelerant. See, I was right! I shall have to remedy that later as well. Remus is now glazing his sculpture with handfuls of multicoloured paint. He is attempting to use the flamethrower to cure his sculpture. I shall continue to use sculpture as a descriptor because I am not quite sure what Remus has intended to create. Now the fire extinguisher is exploded, and Remus is laughing, and Virgil is dousing him with sand buckets. Remus is now rolling around in his sand sculpture, either in an attempt to remove the sand or to add the sand to his work. Roman's vase has been finished in the oven, and Roman does not look happy. We are approaching time. Ready your creations for judging. Hurry! Remus is hurriedly trying to brush soot and sand onto or off of his sculpture, and Roman has created a pedestal for his vase. He has added a red rose. That is time. Contestants, please present your creations for judging.
I have made a vase. Unfortunately, the addition of glitter has caused the clay to become brittle as the glitter and the clay cooked at different temperatures. It's not a very stable vase.
But structural integrity wasn't being judged, so don't worry about it.
I am curious, Remus. What did you intend to make?
I made a mess.
I mean, technically, it is made out of clay, and thus adheres to the rules. And now, the judging criteria. Most colourful piece. I believe that Remus wins that round, due to the fact that his piece contains many different glazes, all in a different stage of being cured.
I had hoped that the holographic glitter might give me a stunning range of colours, but it just burnt in.
Maybe next time. The next judging criteria is most improvised piece of equipment used.
A flamethrower!
Whilst the flamethrower was indeed an interesting choice, you attempted to use the flamethrower on Roman's as well. Roman also had the ingenious idea of adapting his oven settings, please remember to change it back, to ensure that his piece was cured. I would say that Roman wins that point.
Yeah, okay.
And lastly, Janus with the secret judging criteria. The thing you would least like to have down your trousers.
Ha! I win then, because who wants a mess down their trousers?
Well won, Remus.
That was awesome fun.
It actually was. Here.
A creativity crown.
Yes, whoever wins the competition gets to keep it till next week. But just you wait, I will win it back.
We're doing this again next week.
I'm glad you both had fun, kiddos, but the place looks kind of messy now.
Loser cleans up. Bye!
Wait, no, I didn't agree to that.